this is Mr. V, and in this video we're going to learn how to identify like terms in an expression. So remember that like terms are any terms that have the same variable part and the same exponent of those variables, even though the number parts might be different. So we want to know, are each of the following like terms? And we have this list of terms and we want to see if they're like terms or not. So first one, we have 4x and 6x. So let's have a look at their variables. 4x has the variable x and 6x has the variable x. Are they the same? Yes, they are. So they are like terms. In B, we have 2x and 7. Now we don't see a variable here with a 7. So we say that the variable part is non-existent, or it's times 1. 2x obviously does have a variable, which is x. So x and nothing, they're not the same variable. So it's not a like term. 8 and negative 6. So 8 doesn't have a variable part. And negative 6, what's a bit tricky, we've got this negative. Does that change anything? Well, no, it just changes the value of the number. It doesn't change what variable part it has, which is still blank. So even though these have different signs, they still both don't have a variable. So these are like terms. In the next one, we have 4x squared and negative 3x. And we can see, well, yes, they do have the same variable. But you gotta be careful here, because they are in fact not like terms. Can you see why? Well, it's because this one, the 4x, has the squared, and the 3x doesn't have that squared. So we gotta check those powers as well. So they're not like terms because they don't have the same power. So then let's look at the next one. We have 3x squared and 6x squared. These have the same variable and the same power. Both have x squared. So yes, these are like terms. F is a tricky one. We've got 5x squared y and 3xy squared. So they have the same variables, x and y, and they have the same power, squared and squared, but they're not like terms because this power is in the wrong place. Right? X squared y means we have two x's and a y, while xy squared means we have one x and two y's. So they're not actually the same thing. And lastly, we have 6xy and 5y. They both have a y, but 6xy has an x, while 5y doesn't. So they don't have the same variable part. They are not like terms. And that is how we can identify like terms in an expression. Fantastic.